Wow, what a day for the Eagles secondary. Couple of these guys really showing up and showing out here on day 6. But most importantly, the defense wins the day. The secondary was incredible, and we got one moment that honestly might be the best moment of training camp thus far. Wait till you hear what Quinyon Mitchell did. We'll get into all that and tell you everything you need to know from day 6. But welcome on into A to Z Philly. I'm RB. Do us a favor. Hit the like button down below at the end of the video if you do enjoy this content, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the coverage. Today was the first Eagles practice with the pads on, and as our guy Nolan Smith said yesterday, this game is played not with t-shirts and shorts, but with pads. So the Eagles finally put the pads on. Lane Johnson put the pads on. He was back practicing today. Didn't have a full practice, but good to see him back in there. Nothing serious. And Saquan Barkley returned as well after being out with personal reasons yesterday. Now, a couple things got spiced up today, right? Quinyon Mitchell, we'll get to him more in just a second, but he was the first team slot corner today. So again, we're wondering, who's going to win out cornerback 2? Is it Quinyon? Is it Isaiah Rodgers? Is it Kelee Ringo? Where does Avonte Maddox play into all this? A lot of pieces out there competing. Love to see it. Quinyon Mitchell getting his opportunity today. And boy, did he make the most of it. But we also got to highlight Zach Baun back at first team linebacker today. Seems like the nod is going to him right now with Devin White. And at corner, it was Darius Slay and Isaiah Rodgers. So Kelee Ringo, who has started the last 3 practices as cornerback 2, did not get the start today. And he did have a pretty rough day. We'll get to that a little bit later on. But overall, it still seems like an ongoing battle. So who is going to end up fighting out for the job? Give me your thoughts down below. Also, one quick tidbit. Eagles special teams coach Michael Clay says the Birds have watched 400 plus kickoffs from the XFL to try to look for any advantage they can to prepare for the new kickoff rule. We know that new kickoff rules were put into place this offseason. Teams have even been signing certain players just to try to prepare them to be kick returners this year. Could provide certainly an advantage, and whatever team can find those little strategic loopholes will really benefit from this. So good to see Michael Clay and the Eagles on top of this. But we got to go back to Quinyon Mitchell because boy, oh boy, did he have probably the headline of today and one of the best moments of training camp thus far, okay? Jimmy Kemsky provides the perfect analysis here. Quinyon Mitchell, perfect coverage on A.J. Brown in one-on-ones, blanketed so well that Hertz didn't even throw it. Mitchell then stares down A.J. Brown. So we've heard, right, how this guy's pretty quiet off the field in these pressers, but when he gets on the field, he is all business. And he has no problem as a rookie who's trying to fight for a spot, going out there, locking up A.J. Brown, one if not the best receivers in the league, and staring him down at practice. That is the type of mentality and confidence that is going to get this kid to the next level very, very quickly. And then the next rep between the two, Mitchell forces AJ out of bounds before getting 2 feet in. AJ caught it, but Quinyon forced him out of bounds, and other DBs gave Mitchell some love. So his teammates dapping him up. Quinyon's like, yeah, AJ, I got you locked up. Let's freaking go, man. This kid is awesome, and I'm excited to see what he can do. I hope he gets, day 1 reps. I hope he gets an opportunity, to start on this team in his rookie year. If not, I know he'll be nurtured well. But Quinyon Mitchell locking up A.J. Brown and having the audacity to stare him right in his soul. I love it. Shout out to Quinyon Mitchell. But it wasn't only him today, because the secondary was absolutely electric. Their best day by far. They won this day. There's no question about it. And as ESP says here, C.J. Gardner-Johnson got into the backfield early in practice today and blew up a running play. We haven't heard much from him, but we know, watching him last season and then him coming back, it's going to provide a much-needed spark on this defense, and we saw it a couple years ago. And then later on, Darius Slay had really nice coverage against A.J. Brown as well, broke up a potential touchdown, and then even later, Darius Slay had another pass breakup, this time against Devontae Smith, and that one would have been a very big play as well, maybe even a touchdown. This was according to John Clark, but big play Slay was up in there today. Great coverage skills, getting older, right? The body's wearing down, but still has a really good year left in the tank. And then Isaiah Rodgers had a nice pass breakup as well on what was going to be a touchdown. Hertz to A.J. Brown. Looked like he was beat, but he got the deflection. So Isaiah Rodgers getting the start today, getting the opportunity, and he's making the most of it as well. The defense was everywhere. And Kelee Ringo had an opportunity here, right? He didn't get the start today, and he actually dropped a very easy interception. So will that hurt his stock? I don't know. Kelee Ringo's got to work on the hands a little bit. We saw that last year. He's been pretty good so far in camp, but big drop today. Who knows what the Eagles coaches will think about that. Now, I want to bring it up front a little bit. Jalen Carter had a big day. A couple of these other guys, Milton Williams, I heard, was wreaking havoc. And yeah, the Eagles D-line continues to improve. I still think there's ongoing battles there, right? What role will Bryce Huff have here in his first season in Philadelphia? How many snaps will he play, right? Will he be a 3-down back? Who knows? There's other guys, Jordan Davis, we talked about yesterday. I think Jalen Carter has the opportunity to have double-digit sacks this year. I think he's that good, naturally talented. Just think he had an injury last year, and then the defensive scheme was just all over the place. But Jalen Carter is going to be a mammoth this year. And then we actually had a little bit of guys getting riled up, as Brandon Lee Gouton here says that Fred Johnson pancaked Zach Baun, who didn't like it, ran up to shove him from behind. Now, there wasn't any type of big fight or dog pile or anything like that, but the intensity started to ramp up. I like it. Get in each other's grill. Now, again, don't hurt anybody, right? Don't go over the edge, but I like that little bit of aggression, right? That little bit of competing mentality, and spice it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Have that mentality, that attitude going into the season, like you want to go out there every week and demolish your opponent. I like it. The Eagles need more of that identity. Back on the offensive side of the ball, it was a decent day for Jaylen Herz. First time in pads. Here we see him coming out with all the fans watching on. And yesterday, as we said, Nick Sirianni gave him a lot of praise. But here are the overall stats from Jaylen Herz today. ESP says it was a mixed bag. The positive was that there was 6 tutties and no interceptions, but he probably could have had even more, right? We talked about the couple passes that were broken up down the field, and it says the Eagles did plenty of red zone drills. As a result, Hertz had a high touchdown number, but there were still too many plays where the defense got the better of the offense. So in the first 2, 3, maybe 4 days, we saw the offense and their prowess like just straight up dominating. And now we're starting to see this defensive identity come together. And the last 2 practices have strictly gone to the defense. They have been the better unit. Hertz went from being perfect in the first 3 practices, and now, they're facing a little bit of adversity. But again, this is just camp, first day with the pads on. Good to see both units getting the best of each other at certain times over the last week because, you don't want to have one weak link, right? Hertz had to hold the ball twice on back-to-back plays in 7-on-7 inside the red zone. That's a major win for the defense. The 6 touchdowns is obviously noteworthy, but it's especially positive after the first team offense struggled in the red zone drills during the spring. Hertz has not thrown an interception in camp, and he hasn't even really come close other than today when Kelee Ringo dropped it. Saquan Barkley, ball security drills. There was a video today where Devontae tried to run through this one little machine, and he actually fell. People were saying, get rid of that damn machine. But yeah, it's this little thing right here. But ball security drills, Saquan leading the unit back at practice. Will Shipley had a great day yesterday. A lot of these guys competing out here. Saquon actually had a touchdown at the end of practice as well to cap off a red zone drill in 11-on-11. And lastly, Kellen Moore still working his magic. Zach Berman here says that the Eagles' increase in pre-snap motion has been apparent in the geometry of the offense. They dressed up a base play, but were able to manipulate the spacing by what they did before the snap. That is absolute melody to my ear, man, especially with what we had to endure last season and trying to watch that slop out there. Kellen Moore watched the film. He knows exactly what to break down and improve on, and he is doing it already. I cannot wait to see all of the hidden tricks in the bag when it comes to this Eagles offense in 2024. But those are my thoughts on today. Give me yours down below. Who do you want to see win out that cornerback 2 job? What do you think about Quinyon staring down A.J. Brown and having some of that swagger? Give me your thoughts down below. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. And as always, I will catch you all on the next one. Also, real quick, let's go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsor of today's video. It is the great BetMGM. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using our code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you do not win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to parlays, live bets, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. So go ahead and find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Sign up today with the bonus code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you do not win your first bet. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions.